The NBA 2K21 demo is out now, and in this episode, we're jumping right in. Plus, we look back at our best 2K TV moments of 2K20. And first looks at what's coming up in my team for 2K21. Welcome to this special edition of 2K TV.
The way
Coming up next, it's the 2K Sports pregame show. We welcome you to Noche Enemy. And look now at a few years worth. Hey, Dave.
Guys, Celtics coach.
I love his honesty. All right, thank you, D.A. So let's take a look at the Boston Celtics starting lineup. Hayward at small forward with Tatum at the 4. Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. And it's Tice in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for the Rockets, Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. E.J. Tucker is out there with Robert Covington. And it's House in at the small forward. And it's Harden with the ball for the Rockets. Passes it to Westbrook. Kicks it out to Harden. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Mark, you and I were looking at the rosters. Both these teams very deep, so there's a lot of fouls to give tonight.
Yeah, that's a great observation by you, Kevin. And when you have that kind of circumstance where your bench is deep, it allows you, I think, to bring an aggressive mindset in terms of how you're going to defend and how you're not going to allow easy baskets because you're able to foul and not be so concerned about foul trouble.
For the Houston Rockets, they come into tonight following a loss to Los Angeles, and good that time.
Off to a nice start here. They've hit all 3 from the field.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Feeds it to Covington. There's the double team with Walker. And Tatum pulls it down.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And Hayward gets it to go.
Boy, Brown not just a super athlete, folks, but he's got excellent skills as well. A tremendous floor general.
Harden the pass to Westbrook. Back to Harden to stop the run. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
A great assist. Nice work from Russell Westbrook.
In the corner, Tatum with it. Westbrook against Brown. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Tice. The kick out to Tatum. And again, Boston with the triple.
Impressive start here. That's 5 straight makes to start the game.
Last game for the Celtics, it was a loss to the Bucks. Westbrook passes to Covington. Good. Nice assist from Westbrook.
And it's always terrific when Covington gets going down in the paint. I mean, this guy can score the ball from anywhere on the floor.
Hayward on the wing. Down low. Stolen by Harden. They're running. And that one's good. Westbrook.
And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
And Greg, when you're discussing and comparing James Harden and what he's done these last few years, you have to do it on a very historic level.
He's going to go down as one of the best to ever play the game. His production is incredible, and the skill level really is groundbreaking. Easily the best off guard in the league.
I think you've always got to have a hand up on Walker. Very capable at knocking down the 3 ball.
Harden kicks to House. From downtown, that shot off, so the Celtics will take it the other way. Here's Hayward. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. It's getting late in the season. Let's see how the standings are out west. You look at Houston. They've done well enough to be in 5th place in the conference so far.
And you know, Houston, this hasn't been the breakout season that many were predicting, but they're still very much in the hunt for a high postseason seed, and that will keep them focused here during the season's final stages.
And they need to stay focused. I mean, they have to ensure they hang on to a high seed. It's imperative for them.
And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Celtics.
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
And the Celtics making a change here. Cantor checked in for Daniel Tice. Williams comes in for Gordon Hayward. Marcus Smart's checked in for Brown. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Walker. And that one, good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Outside, Green. He dishes it to McLemore. Back to Green. That was the pass to Covington. Green breaking loose. Covington's shot is off.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
Rivers, and it's denied. They recover it. And that one is good. Covington's got his second bucket tonight.
You know, working against the shot clock, Covington is just an incredible performer, which is why his teammates love him so.
Here's Cantor. But they recover it. The kick out to Williams. It could go. Buried from outside. But I don't know. I think we may see a review here. That was pretty close. And it looks like they are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time?
And even though, you know, you're thinking maybe we don't need the replay in a situation like this, still plenty of time left in this game, and really it's about getting the call right.
Yeah, and the NBA Replay Center in Secaucus is queuing up the footage for the officials on the floor. The new process is making for quicker turnarounds, I think.
And we return to the second quarter, and Noche Latina specialized jerseys on display. Welcome back, everyone. And what do you guys think about Boston here in this one?
Coming in hot. They were sharp from the perimeter right out of the gate.
Well, the player and ball movement has been excellent. Finding space, operating in space, and when they've gotten open shots, they've knocked them down.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. Enes Kanter is out there with Williams. Then there's Jason Tatum. Then there's Smart, and it's Wanamaker in at the point guard position. Here's Kanter. Lays it up and banks it in. Kanter's got the lead up to 12 now for Boston.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
It's Rivers on the wing. Guarded by Smart. Rivers against Smart. Rivers dishes to McLemore. Houston needs to get a shot up. Carroll finds Green. And Tatum pulls it down. Boston leading by 12. Here's Smart. That one goes. Count it.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
The feed to Green. And they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
Man, that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
Both teams will make substitutions. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. To the inside. Stolen by Harden. And it's Houston on the break. Carroll with it. Williams picks him up. Back to Tucker. Shoots over Kanter. Outside Westbrook. Pass to Tucker. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
You know, no matter how you feel about James Harden, you've got to respect his love for the game. I mean, he absolutely lives and breathes basketball, and that passion has driven him to become the player he is today.
And the Rockets making a change here. House is checked in. The Celtics also changing it up. Daniel Tice is checked in for Cantor. Hayward comes in for Marcus Smart. And it's Kemba Walker in for Brad Wanamaker.
Boy, the heart of Walker, that competitive spirit, he's never afraid to go inside, and he's got a lot of different ways he can score in there.
Carroll kicks to House. For the 3. The shot comes out. Now Boston takes it the other way. And Clark, last year Harden was quoted in saying, most players don't really love basketball.
Well, I don't know about most. That seems a bit extreme. Maybe he feels that they don't love it as much as he does, which certainly you could understand. But I can say that very few players have the drive and determination to improve their game the way Harden has. That's part of why he's been an MVP.
Sees the alley-oop.
Encouraging whenever Harden blocks a shot. When he defends with tenacity and intensity, he's capable of this.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down. He's picking up right where he left off in the first quarter.
Brown the pass to Tice. Kicks to Walker. Back to Tice. Rockets with the rebound. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers. And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds. Let's take a look at the teams that have done a great job of converting turnovers into points since the All-Star break. 5th best, the Rockets.
And since the break, we've seen them ambush their opponents with that attacking brand of defense. And boy, have they reaped the rewards offensively.
And here's Walker outside. Tice controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Rockets trail by 13. Right wing. And Brown over to help. Harden finds Westbrook. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Westbrook's got 5.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
It's Brown with the drive. Passes it to Tice. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul. Stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
Boston making some changes. Williams, he's checked in for Williams. And it's Jason Tatum in for Gordon Hayward. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession. Austin Rivers, he's checked in for Houston. 40 seconds left in the first half of basketball. The kick out to Tatum. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots. Off to a good start.
Tatum used to getting hit while he's shooting. I mean, he absorbs it like you would expect a pro to, and powers right through that contact.
The shot's good. Tatum's got 4 points this quarter.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Daniel Tice. That is his first foul of the game. Pass to Rivers. That one's not going to go. And so we conclude the first half. Celtics out in front, up by 15. And now let's catch up with... Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you. Out in front of the half is Boston. They lead by 15. Kenny, what... Man...
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive. and it probably has to happen quickly. You know, guys, Jason Tatum has really been making it happen.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Robert Covington out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's House in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Outside, Walker. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Walker's got the first bucket of the third here for Boston. Clark, how do you think great coaches go about making that connection with their players?
Well, it starts with being candid and holding the player accountable. Great players want to and need to be coached. And great coaches find a way to do that effectively for that individual and for the team.
And Harden on the follow.
Boy, he's doing everything he can. At this point, the rest of his teammates need to step up and give him some help.
There's the double team with Covington. Brown the pass to Tice. Back to Brown. Hayward kicks to Walker. No good on the 3. Rockets trail by 15. Westbrook wide open. He fires. It's good. Only a few seconds into the shot clock.
Unselfishness always admirable in a basketball player, and Covington consistent at giving it up when one of his teammates is open.
And there's the pass to Hayward. And here's Walker outside. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. Hayward's got 3 assists now in this one. For Houston, they've gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Tucker. Great D that time from Tatum.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
Tucker, he sinks the 11-footer. Tucker's got his second basket of the game.
Yeah, filling out the defense, Tucker gets the look he wants from mid-range.
Here's Walker. Drops in the layup for 2. And the Celtics lead by 18.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Great positioning on the putback. And it's 8 points for Robert Covington.
Excellent awareness of where to be on the offensive boards. He did it with great position.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
A nice shot by Tucker.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates.
Pass to Tatum. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. And a new group in for the Celtics. Cantor checked in for Daniel Tice. Williams comes in for Gordon Hayward. Smart's checked in for Jaylen Brown. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Kemba Walker. Tatum deciding where to go with it. Passes it to Williams. Up top, Tatum. 16 points for him.
Cannot let Tatum roll to the bucket, Kevin. When he's got a head of steam, he's going to finish with power.
The basket is good off the assist from Williams. 20 points for Jason Tatum.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Pass to Carroll. Williams with the block. And so it looks like the Rockets will retain possession here. 1:06 left in the third quarter of the game. Green inside the three-point line. Another miss by Houston.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Rivers passes to Carroll. Back to Rivers. They need this. And Cantor pulls it down. And so Wanamaker will bring it up for Boston. And the shot goes in.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Right side, Smart. Cantor finds Tatum. Goes back up, and it goes down 2 points.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And a smooth jump shot from the veteran Green there. These are looks he nails consistently.
Smart passes to Tatum. From deep three-point range, it's rebounded by Houston.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-ups.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check and was maybe a step out of his range.
What a performance for Jason Tatum. He has been the story so far for the Boston Celtics. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. We come back right after this. And meanwhile, Coach Brad Stevens talking to his team.
Excellent defense. Keep getting the ball side.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And a look at the 5 for the Celtics to start the 4th quarter. Williams is out there with Ojale. Then there's Edwards. Then it's Enes Kanter, and it's Green in at the 2 spot.
Mbamute is a lockdown defender, and he's really good at jumping the passing lanes and going after steals.
Kanter, the pass to Williams. And he converts the layup.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Here's Edwards. Off the left rim and out. The Rockets shooting for the game at 42%. Now here's McLemore outside. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got his 3rd assist on the night. Green dishes to Kanter. Now here's Edwards. Defense is right there. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. Caboclo, he's checked in for Jeff Green. And a change for the Celtics. Williams is checked in. And Mbamute kicks to Caboclo. The putback. Here's Chandler, and Chandler throws it down.
And the second chance becomes a dunk. We could feel over here.
GA, such a good, aggressive play in the paint.
Guys, it's all about persistence on the offensive glass. You just can't ever give up on a play.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they have.
Do you think it helps the pace of the game with the NBA recently modifying the shot clock rule that after an offensive rebound, it doesn't go back to 24, it goes now to the new number, 14 seconds?
Well, I really like the rule because you don't have to bring the ball over the half-court line, which is 8 seconds, so it makes sense, and it does speed up the game, in my opinion.
6 to shoot. Drills the three-pointer. Ojale's got his first 3 points of the game.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
They look pretty demoralized to me, and that always shows through at the defensive end first.
Green finds Williams. The kick out to Williams. Outside, Green. He can't get that one to fall. And Houston the other way now. McLemore, the pass to Caboclo. Can't cash in from close range.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Williams, that's good.
You know, when Williams gets positioned inside, he just looks to dominate physically, and then he shows you the skill set on top of it.
It does not get much easier than that, but somehow he came up empty there.
And the wide open shot from Green. And again, Boston with the triple.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Celtics.
Their hard work on the glass paid off.
I tell you what, they're both excellent rebounding teams, and it was a tough battle underneath all game, and I think ultimately that earned the W.
And this will now push it to a total of 44 games in the win column on the season.
And it looks like they're going to spare themselves the embarrassment of being swept in the season series by winning this last one.
Yeah, you know what, and that may not seem big, but it's huge. There's a big difference between dropping 2 out of 3 as opposed to getting blank 3-zip.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Jason Tatum.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. It's Rivers on the wing. Here's Caboclo. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy. They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what, and they got it done.
Here's Green. There's the triple. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green. Clemens. Edwards defending. The pass to Caboclo. And he uses the glass on the layup.
That's a nice play there. Not going to miss many from there.
And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us.
The NBA 2K21 demo is here. And in the demo, you can get a head start on your My Career by jumping in and trying out the My Player Builder. To start off, you have the option to download the My NBA 2K21 mobile app to scan your face into the game. Once you're good with your appearance, it's time to try out the builder.
And the player introductions are wrapped up. The start.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome, fans. DH. To talk about this, David, some new ground certainly to look at. Thank you. So let's take a look at the Boston Celtics starting lineup. Brown and Hayward, they're the wing. Jason Tatum is out there with Daniel Tice. And it's Walker in at the one. And for Los Angeles, we've got Marcus Morris. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubats in at the center, locking down the middle. Brent, two explosive backcourts. When you were playing, who was the toughest guard that you found to defend?
Well, I would start off with a guy named Allen Iverson. And the reason that I start with that, Kevin, the reason I start with Kevin is I just saw the back of the jersey all the time, so I remember Iverson clear as day. But if I went deeper, I would tell you guarding the Hall of Famer Mitch Richmond at a time when he was playing for the Sacramento Kings. They would run an offensive set, much like for Reggie Miller, multiple screens by a bunch of guys who were big and strong. That was not good for me to try to fight through those kind of screens. But if you gave Mitch Richmond 8 inches,
and Richmond was strong. He had bulk to his body.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me.
I can see the bruises. Here's Brown. Pass to Tice. Stolen by Beverly. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up.
And just a lightning bolt there in transition. No one can match up with Kawhi, especially at his position. That time they paid a price.
Brown outside. Doesn't go that time. So the Clippers will take it the other way. Last meeting was in Boston, where they were unable to fight off the Celtics.
Well, I mean, they lost their last matchup with this team, and foul trouble really plagued them throughout the game.
And they had a few important guys sitting there on the bench at a time when they really could have used them on the floor. They have to play much more in control here tonight.
Here is Hayward. Paul George making his last shot. There's Walker with the three. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard. The Clippers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Trains the three-pointer. Leonard's got 7 points.
Shooting 4 of 5 to start the game. That's got to be a feel-good.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That's his first foul. Outside Tatum. Pass to Tice. Dishes to Hayward. Here's Tatum. And he banks in the layup.
A guy who has lived up to lofty expectations. Tatum impacts the game across the board.
A superstar summer, Greg, for the Los Angeles Clippers in Kawhi Leonard and in Paul George. Greg, they have 2 elite wings, great defenders in their prime.
Give them credit, but also Kawhi Leonard pushing the levers behind the scenes. He wanted another superstar to join him in recruiting Paul George, who still had 2 years left on his deal in OKC. Kawhi took unprecedented control of his free agent destiny.
Out to the right wing. Here's Zubats, and it's good off the glass.
Yeah, usually teams go on runs, and it comes from a lot of layups and dunks, but not now.
Brown the pass to Tatum. And the rejection by Zubats. And George with the stuff.
How about the handles of a guy like Paul George at his size being able to rip around and has total confidence in his ability to score.
Now here's Brown. Oh. And that one is stuffed right through.
And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Green, he's checked in for Zubac. Landry Shamet comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Lou Williams is checked in for George. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverley. Then for the Celtics, Cantor checked in for Hayward. Marcus Smart comes in for Brown. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Walker. Now here's Green. He's coming off a 13-point game against Golden State. And there it is for him.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Smart dishes to Tatum. And the layup is good.
Awesome ability to focus there by Tatum. He just has a feel and a belief in what he's doing out there.
And there's Green on the assist by Williams.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
It's stolen by Morris. Outside, Green. There's Shamet. Clippers moving the ball around. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Williams, he's checked in for the Celtics. Here's Wanamaker. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Williams with the ball, out guarded by Smart. Shamet on the wing. He's coming off a 10-point game against Golden State.
He also did a masterful job in that game of drawing a lot of fouls, so he's creating havoc for the defense.
Yeah, nice play by Smart. Under control in transition, something also he's improved at.
Outside Jackson. Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Clippers. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Clippers, guys. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
Yeah, felt like they knew that there were openings in transition and just wanted to keep trying to feed that, get out quick.
On the court right now for the Celtics, they've got Tatum. Williams is out there with Williams. Then it's Marcus Smart. And it's Wanamaker in at the point guard position.
Very rare for players to be elite defenders from the moment they set foot in the NBA, but that was the case for Marcus Smart. A tremendous physicality to go with a pit bull disposition has made him downright scary at times at that end of the floor.
Clippers leading by 4. Williams with the ball, out guarded by Smart. Here's Shamet. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. And the Celtics shooting one of the high points for them in this game at 54%. Tatum uses the glass to finish the layup. Tatum's got the first basket of the second quarter for Boston. You know, Greg, defense a given for Marcus Smart. The growth necessary for him has been at the offensive end.
And now, finally making progress as a three-point shooter. Had already made strides with his passing. He's becoming quite the two-way player.
What improvements, Brent, do you like to see out of players going from season 1 to their second season in the league?
Biggest thing, Kevin, turnovers. Player comes into the league, has an opportunity to play, wants to rush things, plays too fast, doesn't have an ability to slow down and make reads. From season 1 to season 2, and given the role and responsibility for that player, when you watch a guy whose ability to take away the mistakes, the simple mistakes he made last year, that's growth.
Because it's connected to so many other areas of his game.
Right, and he's not trying to do things that he wasn't capable of doing when he came into the league last year. He's understanding more of where it is that he's best suited in possessions and for that offense.
Good explanation. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Cantor.
We've seen him regress as a rebounder these past few seasons. His numbers have come down in that department, and I'd like to see him concentrate on bringing them back up. I'm sure the team would as well. You can never have enough rebounding.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles, Zubac is checked in for Landry Shamet. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson. And a change for the Celtics. Brown's checked in. Here's George, and George with the stuff.
Paul George rising up. Nice to see a little bit of that return to the younger days from PG.
Brown outside. Walker looking for an opening. With the tip. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
The pass to Beverly. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Out left to the wing. 6 on the shot clock. Leonard, that's for 2. And the jumper is on the mark. Leonard's got it all tied up now for Los Angeles.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Brown against George. Brown kicks to Walker. Outside Tatum. From deep. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
His touches left him in this quarter. Nowhere close to the kind of output they need from him.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed. He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
Cantor checked in for Boston. Hayward comes in for Jason Tatum.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
And it's Brown missing. Clippers leading by 3. Beverly, the pass to George. Taken away by Williams. Leonard against Walker. Pass to Cantor. To the paint. Here's Brown, and Brown throws it down hard.
Like the execution there from Cantor. Usually likes to score, this time with the pass.
You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone.
The Clippers shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
So for the Clippers, Morris comes in for Green. Lou Williams is subbed in for George. The Celtics also changing it up. Daniel Tice is checked in for Williams. Smart comes in for Brown. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Walker. And Wanamaker gets it to go.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
To the middle. And Williams gets it to go on the assist by Beverly. Beverly's got his 3rd assist on the night. Smart deciding where to go with it. Cantor kicks to Tice. Passes to Wanamaker. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by Beverly. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for Los Angeles. It's a 3-point game. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. And that's game 2 of this string of 4 games played at home.
Quickly up court with the basketball, delivered a perfect strike.
Morris, left side. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. Their largest deficit of the period. And that...
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. One of the stories here, Jason Tatum getting it done today.
And the way he goes at defenders, he is bound to get to the line just like he did there in that first half.
Yeah, almost inviting contact, that attack mentality on full display.
Ivica Zubac is out there with Morris. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Leonard in at the small forward. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Hayward outside. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Hayward's got his first 2 points.
And they are very comfortable running their offense through Walker. And you can see why. Drops a sick dime right there. That pass was right on the money.
And that one's good. George.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
And just awesome speed from Brown. Blasting off towards the bucket and slamming it down.
George looking around. Gets the three-pointer to fall. George has got 5 points now this quarter.
What a performance on the offensive end. He's making the defenders pay right now for all of the mistakes they're making.
Walker against Beverley. Walker goes in, makes it off the glass.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Clippers leading by 4. George passes to Morris. Great D that time from Tatum.
He looked like he rushed it a bit. The defense wasn't terrible, but still, he's got to knock that down.
Shifty, elusive offensively. Tatum's scoring potential is through the roof.
George dishes to Beverley. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Back to George. The 10-footer. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9. And the movement to bring the NBA back to Seattle. Oh, that was huge!
Incredible. I'll tell you what, don't sleep on Tatum. He has some ups. And I love seeing him trying to electrify the crowd.
Here's Beverley. Lays it up off the glass. Beverley's got his first 2 points of the night.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Brown. For Los Angeles, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. Left side, George. Pass to Morris. Clock at 6. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. The Clippers need to get off a shot. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Los Angeles Clippers. On Friday, they'll be matching up against Kevin Durant and the Brooklyn Nets. Then on Saturday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans.
And for the game with the Mavericks, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top. And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
Brown against George. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Well, height and length at that position for Paul George, that's problematic for a defender, and he used his size to draw the foul that time.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Landry Shamet's checked in for Leonard. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverley. Then for the Celtics, Enes Kanter's checked in for Williams. Smart comes in for Jaylen Brown. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Kemba Walker.
And now look at Jason Tatum. Since the break, he's been simply stellar. 3rd in scoring, and he's in the top 20 in steals, bringing that focus and intensity at both ends.
And the only way you average top 3 in points if you have that scorer's mentality. He knows he's the go-to guy, and everyone else knows it as well. Williams, he's checked in for Los Angeles.
And some of what Smart gives this team doesn't always show up in the stat sheet, but he makes plays that help you win.
Here's Williams. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It goes on Jason Tatum. Greg, I'm just so impressed with the level of finesse and craftiness that Lou Williams always plays with.
And Kevin, you don't stay a perennial six-man of the year candidate at Williams' age without having more than a few tricks up your sleeve. He's so good in tight spaces and can find a way to get a shot up where others just have to kick it out.
Third quarter, guys, and this has been a neck-and-neck game.
Both teams getting it done defensively, as evidenced by the 8 lead changes thus far.
Green in the post. He's covered by Cantor, and there's the whistle. 3-second violation. As we get a break in the action, let's take a peek at the team scoring leaders. Fourth, the Clippers.
And how about the year they've had offensively? This is a team that can put points on the board in a hurry. Always fun to watch them play.
Here's Smart. It's hauled in by the Clippers. We'll see if they want to trade 2 for 1 here.
Got to time up that clock to do so.
Got that one up quick. And the Clippers lead by 2.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on it.
Here's Wanamaker, guarded by Green. The shot's good from Cantor. Cantor's got his first points of the night.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Shamet on the wing, guarded by Smart. And the pass to Jackson. Takes the 3. That shot off the mark.
Didn't hesitate for a second to get a hand up on that deep ball.
Yeah, you got to like how he hustled to guard out on the perimeter, definitely respecting the shooting.
Third quarter comes to a close, and a battle brings it to a tie. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Great hands, great vision. That makes great things happen for your offense.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. And a look at the 5 for the Celtics to start the fourth quarter. They've got Smart, Tatum out there with Williams. Then it's Enes Kanter, and it's Wanamaker in at the point guard.
As a former Turkish star and 3rd overall pick in the 2011 draft, Kanter is still trying to become a dominant force at the NBA level.
Jackson kicks to Green. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got 4 rebounds in this game. Smart finds Tatum. Good, and Smart gets the assist. And that's 21 points for Jason Tatum.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Here's Jackson. Here's Morris. Banked in off the glass.
Cutting into that deficit now, well within striking distance.
They're just much sharper out there. You can see guys getting in tune. It's not about playing harder. Sometimes it's just about playing smarter.
Cantor's shot is off. Clippers trail by 3. Here's Williams. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
Lou Williams and that wisdom gives a boost to the confidence of the entire team. Someone the younger guys look up to.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Jermichael Green. Leonard comes in for Landry Shamet. And George is subbed in for Jackson. And then for Boston, Daniel Tice is checked in for Cantor. Hayward comes in for Robert Williams. And Walker subbed in for Brad Wanamaker. Morris passes to Leonard. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
Very easily could have been an and one there. Leonard takes the contact and still maintains the focus to make the score.
Walker's shot is off.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
A shot by George, wide open. It's good on the putback. And the Clippers lead by 1. Boy, right down to the wire here. Still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for the win.
Leonard dishes to Morris. The kick out to Williams. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Wow, huge in a big moment there. Getting the ball to Lou Williams, not a bad idea.
Walker goes in, and he gets the whistle. 2 free. Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Doc Rivers talking to the team. With this game still up for grabs, he told his team, hey, we're in position to take this one, guys. Let's stay focused and stay together, and we'll get it done. See how it plays out, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Tatum against Morris. Tatum kicks to Tice. And here's Walker outside. Tice was second chance points on the tip in.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. And Leonard has it in the corner. Over Hayward. That misses off the backboard. The Celtics have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth, or of 9. Tatum drives in. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Second chance shot. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up from 5 down for him so far.
And a better box out saves them 2 points there.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
Here's Tice. That one doesn't drop. And the Clippers will come the other way. Right side George. And it's George finishing it off.
Yeah, Paul George sharpening his swords now. Love to see him take that shot.
Walker the pass to Hayward. Left side George. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6.
Paul George, not a guy you want to send to the free throw line. Always around 85%, sometimes even up to 90 from the charity stripe. Yeah, the lead getting safer and safer as these free throws from the stripe go in.
It's stolen by Morris. Beverly finds Leonard. That's good. It's his 7th made basket in 14 tries.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Loved it. The guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
Tatum wide open. He fires one. Nailed from three-point land.
And let's give some credit to Tatum. Doesn't crack when the pressure's on. He just seems to embrace the moment.
George passes to Beverly. A 3 from Leonard. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Clippers lead by 8.
Oh, a missed box out and an easy tip in, but it's because of the activity as the ball is going up, Kevin, finding yourself in the right spot, just using some effort.
And the three-point shot is something that Brown continues to improve upon. It's important for him to be draining these looks.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Hayward.
Well, somehow they kept possession of the ball after that poor pass. They should be very thankful that wasn't a turnover.
So the Clippers with the win. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
Once you pick your jumper, it's time to join the Clippers and test your build in a game against the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yes, and it's my player picking up the assist.
And if you're not feeling one of your builds, you have the ability to make 6 total builds and play 1 test game for each one. In the NBA 2K21 demo, you can also hit a quick game. That's
And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparations. Before we get...
Well, for a team that has the unbridled ambition.
Oakland has been a wonderful home for the Warriors. We know San Francisco will be too. Thanks, D.A. And now the opening lineup for Boston. Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. Hayward at small forward with Tatum at the 4. And it's Tice in at the 5 spot. And for the Warriors, Curry and Clay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Green is out there with Chris. And it's Wiggins in at the small forward. Now, here's Green. Back to Chris. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. A lot of pace with these two teams, Doris. You were the primary ball handler when you played. What was your style?
Well, I think, the style that players want to play in, Kevin, are the fast-paced, open-floor styles, which really allows you to showcase, number one, if you're a skilled basketball player. Number two, do you have great athleticism? Is speed your best attribute? To me, a free-flowing, fast-paced, sort of read and react system is the absolute ideal style.
Now, here's Tatum. Tice kicks to Walker. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
And Greg, you know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Left side, Curry wants to get it to Tatum and does. Here's Walker. And the layup's good off the glass. Walker's got his second bucket.
Well, you love the unselfishness of Gordon Hayward in that instance. You think of him as a scorer, but he's a terrific setup guy as well.
Here's Curry with the 3. Drills it from outside.
This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
Brown with it. Now defended by Wiggins. Tatum. That's tipped.
Oh, the freak athleticism. Chris with the tools to be an elite rim protector.
Inside. Sweet move. And Green with the lay-in.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
From deep, Walker bangs home the trifecta. Walker's got 7 points in the game.
And this is where Walker thrives, an assertive long-distance shooter.
Chris finds Green, and Green slams it in.
I'll tell you, that vertical ability he has puts him in select company in NBA power forwards. May not have great size, but boy, he plays bigger than it.
Now, here's Walker. 11 points for him in that last game against Milwaukee. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That is his first foul of the game. Enes Kanter's checked in for the Celtics. Marcus Smart comes in for Tatum. Curry with the steal. To the paint. Here's Chris. And Chris throws it down.
How exciting is this kid? One of the more athletic front court players you'll find in the NBA. Marquise Chris doing work.
Shot's good by Walker.
He has not missed a shot in this quarter. They've tried running different things at him, but he's been unstoppable.
Here's Wiggins, and it's Wiggins with the jam.
Andrew Wiggins simply skies to finish that shot.
Celtics trail by 4.
And in recent years, some call the Warriors the greatest fast-breaking team since the Showtime Lakers. Doris, do you concur?
Greg, the Showtime Lakers are my all-time favorite team. But I will say, because of the shooting, the ball handling, the passing, the capability on every possession for something spectacular, I would say that this team was as close as you can get to the Showtime Lakers.
And the Celtics last season, mourning the passing
of the great John Havlicek.
No, Greg, he spent his entire career with the Celtics. He won 8 titles along the way. He was known as one of the great competitors and a class individual. His legacy undoubtedly will live on.
And while we've got a chance, let's check out the stats for Smart. Averaging 13 points per game, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds. Well, fans of this team will take this kind of production from him without hesitation.
I tell you, he has been a solid contributor. They have called his number, and he has delivered for them.
Poole the pass to Looney. Here's Pascal. Banked in off the glass.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Here's Wanamaker. Good, and Smart gets the assist.
Oh, Kevin, don't you love how unselfish Marcus Smart is? Sees the open man, whips the pass over in just the right amount of space.
Here's Pascal. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Brooklyn. Some solid defense from Brown.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
Outside, Smart. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Looking at the last game for the Golden State Warriors, it was a loss to the Brooklyn Nets. Over to the left wing. Here's Pascal. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game. Looney passes to Pascal. That will count. The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. Warriors ahead, leading by 3. Steph Curry talks about the visual drills he does to help his...
It's a cognitive and neurological drill.
The improvement he's made, Greg, in his ball handling has really unlocked his game.
I mean, able to keep his head up as he attacks off the dribble, read the defense, and drills like that can only help.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And taking a look at the Warriors' performance here, guys, what are your thoughts?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
I'll tell you, that willingness to make the extra pass, that is what creates good looks. It also forces the defense to scramble.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court for the Celtics, Smart and Brown outside on the wings. Williams is out there with Williams, and it's Wanamaker in at the point.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Smart passes to Brown. They double him with Wiggins. Here's Smart. And it's Looney with the rebound. The Warriors leading.
What I love about Marcus Smart is every single trip up the floor, this guy is going to be in your grill, and it cannot be a pleasant experience to have this man guarding you.
Oh, that's a golden opportunity to finish on the break, and he blows it.
It was right there for him. He'd love to have that one back. That was embarrassing.
Here's Williams. Williams dishes to Williams. Chalk up 2 there. And that defensive pressure of Smart will wear you down, Doors, over the course of a game.
Kevin, it takes its toll because his combination of athleticism, strength, and motor makes him an absolute monster on the defensive end.
Taking back the lead once more. Give these teams credit. Man, they are battling.
Boy, Greg, neither team willing to give an inch and neither able to seize the momentum. This has been a fascinating one to watch.
Now a moment to see the stats for Wiggins. Over the last 10 games or so, he's really shown up. He's around 18 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. You know, you look at the numbers and you think that this is great, but we know that he's capable of even bigger production.
You know, the numbers look okay, but the eye test tells us unequivocally he is capable of more. That is the sign of a star right there.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Hayward comes in for Williams, and Walker subbed in for Marcus Smart.
And that is how he rolls. A prolific scorer. Walker's been calling his own number tonight.
Good work there as it goes. Curry's got the game tied up here for the Warriors.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Walker's shot is off. And so Green will bring it up for Golden State. Guarded by Tatum. And stolen by Hayward. Tatum drives in. Hayward, great positioning on the putback. Hayward's got the lead up to 2 now for the Celtics.
Well, there's length and athleticism when you're talking about Gordon Hayward, and that lets him get to the offensive window.
No doubt passing is a premium for this team game of the NBA. We love the individual star power, but it is a team game. Are there any playmakers out there that don't get, Doris, you think, enough credit for all that they do for their team?
Well, the first guy that comes to mind is a man that Steve Kerr described as probably the smartest single basketball player he has ever been around, and that's Andre Iguodala. The numbers in terms of his scoring, obviously not eye-popping, but his incredible defense and then his elite passing skills have been so critical to so many championship teams.
Thompson for the triple. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Boy, not a lot you can do there. I mean, my goodness, Thompson is just a great scorer who is so hard to distract.
They double-team Walker. Here's Hayward. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Hayward's got his second basket.
Boy, that's just great passing out of the double team. They had him bottled up, but he manages to create an easy basket out of all that pressure.
Smile-a-geesh. And another basket for Golden State.
I think unselfish is a word that applies beautifully to Draymond Green. He's so good at sharing the basketball.
And a wide open look for Walker. Misses the 3.
And a 2-for-1 is there for them if they want it.
Well, you're trying to end the quarter the right way. It takes awareness and it takes discipline.
Curry can't get it to go.
Boy, he hasn't found the range yet here in the second period. Only 1 triple for him tonight.
Hayward passes to Tatum over Thompson. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
And the basket by Curry. Celtics trail by 3. Outside, Walker. There's the 3. Warriors with the rebound. Here's Green. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Green's got 8 points.
How about the agility and footwork of Draymond Green? Boy, for a big man, he is so good at knifing his way inside.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we... Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the 3rd quarter. See you in just a bit.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, welcome back. Golden State found themselves in a close game in the first. At the end of the period, they held a 3-point lead. Thanks for joining us, folks.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. What a game we're seeing from Kemba Walker.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
What I love is they've continued to feed this guy, ride the hot hand until the defense does something about it.
Curry and Clay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Draymond Green is out there with Andrew Wiggins, and it's Chris in at the center position. So that's the group out there for Golden State.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
And I think they count on him for that, Greg. He is a tone setter, extremely unselfish.
Warriors leading by 5. Wiggins finds Green. Golden State moving it around. It's Brown with the drive. Good D by Thompson.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. But boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
And you look at Jason Tatum able to play either forward position. Doris, do you think his future is at the 3 or at the 4?
I think he is interchangeable at either position because his scoring can be devastating. For Jason Tatum, it's really a matter of making sure he continues to gain strength, continue to be a force and factor on the defensive end, and probably enhance his footwork around the rim a little bit.
Here's Walker outside. They get the rebound. Tice, no good.
1 for 5 has got to be a frustrating start, and they just don't look sharp right now. Can they find their offensive game?
Down low, it's stolen by Tice. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. The shot by Hayward, wide open, and slam dunk by Tatum.
When we are talking about Jason Tatum, we're talking about a 6'11" wingspan. This is why he's so effective coming up with second chance points.
It's Curry outside, and another three for Golden State.
Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
And I think what's happening is they're getting their shots within the flow of their offense, and you can clearly see the difference.
Shoots the three. That one doesn't go. And it's Boston the other way.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Some changes for Boston. Cantor checked in for Jason Tatum. And Marcus Smart is subbed in for Walker. Hayward right side. Brown kicks to Hayward. It's a hand on it, and it's Brown on the follow. Brown's got his first bucket in this one.
Well, can we remember Jaylen Brown's got a 7-foot wingspan? That's an easy second chance opportunity.
And stolen by Hayward. They push it up 4 on 3. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
For Boston, they have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
Looney's checked in for the Warriors. Williams is checked in for the Celtics. Poole the pass to Looney. Outside Curry. Passes it to Pascal. Golden State needs to get off a shot. And again, no good by Golden State. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for Boston. Trailing by 4. The Wizards on the road to face them after this game. That game is the first and last of their homestand. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Hayward. There's 1:38 left in the third quarter. And that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession. As we approach the playoffs, let's see how the East is shaping up. Taking a look at Boston. Right now, they're locked into 3rd place in the conference, looking to get a high seed for the playoffs.
And you know, for the Celtics, they must have reached every goal they set for themselves this season. For them to be this high in the standings this late in the season, what an accomplishment.
I don't know of anyone who thought the road to the championship would travel through their building this season, but that just may be the case.
It almost feels like 2 buckets coming off the steal like it did.
Kicks it out to Wiggins. And that time, also a missed shot. The Celtics have gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime, 5 out of 11. Here's Brown. Nails the baby hook. Brown's got his second basket of the night.
Kev, don't you love how Brown just barrels into the teeth of the defense? This is a shifty forward who knows how to get to the rack.
Wiggins outside. Back to Looney. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Launches a 3. And again, no good by Golden State.
Not a lot falling for him in this quarter. He's got to stay aggressive, try to break through, see if you can get an easy opportunity.
There's the steal. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Pascal. To the inside and taken away by Brown.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Well, it's amazing, Greg. If you finish quarters the right way, it can have such a great impact on the outcome of a game.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the game.
The Warriors have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. First one falls for him. He hits both from the stripe. 8 seconds left in the third quarter. Walker surveying the floor. Here's Cantor. At the end of the third, the score is all even. Both teams absolutely filling it up. Live And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates, Greg. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. On the floor for Boston, Walker and Smart, the guards. Tatum out there with Williams. And it's Cantor in at the 5 down low. The Celtics shooting it up around 51%. They're getting good looks. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
They continue to battle out there. So close to taking the lead.
Yeah, but that's been elusive. They've missed a few plays along the way that they'd love to have back.
And the Warriors making a change here. Chris is checked in. The Celtics also with a sub. Daniel Tice is checked in for Enes Kanter.
You know, he just plays with such tenacity on both ends. You know, Williams is a rising talent who wants to prove.
And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
At the line of the Warriors, Draymond Green with one.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys. Well, I was able to listen in on what Brad Stevens was talking about with his players. He told them, hey, guys, this is a close game, but if we execute right here, I like our chances. There's no need for hero ball. Trust one another. Make the simple play. Kevin, back to you.
No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Here's Tatum. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. And the Celtics lead by 2.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
The baseline jam. Andrew Wiggins grabs the board.
Well, this has not been his finest hour, but give your teammates some credit for doing the job of stepping in.
And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Now, you love that Chris is willing to absorb that kind of contact and still send it home. Potential and one. Go ahead, young man. Nice work.
Curry's checked in for Andrew Wiggins. And a change for the Celtics. Hayward's checked in.
Boy, how about the Warriors enjoying this beautiful new arena, the Chase Center. What an incredible amount of work went into getting this built. And that was before they even broke ground, guys.
Now the pass to Chris. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good.
Well, that's where you see the IQ of Klay Thompson, a step ahead of everyone else. A beautiful delivery.
Outside, Smart kicks to Hayward. To the middle. Tyus finds Tatum. Chris with the rebound. Chris has got 6 rebounds in the game. And the Chase Center will enable the Warriors, they think, to spend big on talent. But you know what, Doris? There is still a lot of nostalgia for their old home in Oakland.
No doubt, Kevin. The fans were so incredibly loyal. Oracle Arena was known for its rowdiness. The hope, obviously, that spirit will travel across the bay.
Tatum's shot is off.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
Thompson misses.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
That one's in there. The Warrior lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Tatum.
Jason Tatum under duress. Big moment, no problem.
That's his first.
No good on that one. Wiggins is checked in for the Warriors. Brown is checked in for the Celtics. And the second free throw, good.
And really, if not for the miss, they'd be sitting in a much better position.
The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Walker's got 3 assists now in this one.
Oh, Kevin, Jaylen Brown with the big shot, proving hard work pays off.
And Thompson kicks to Green. Back to Thompson. Here's Curry with the 3. And Boston with the rebound. Tatum's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Hayward. Oh, and they take the lead. And the Celtics lead by 2.
Kevin, don't you love that Gordon Hayward demanded the basketball in such a crucial possession? He has really matured.
You gotta give Chris props there. Although he's young, he isn't afraid of the moment.
Brown right side. Outside, Walker. Tice passes to Walker. It's rebounded by Golden State. Chris has got 7 rebounds in the game. Thompson for 3. That shot, no good. So the Celtics will take it the other way. Brown kicks to Walker. From past the arc. Warriors with the rebound. 55 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Back to Green. Out to Thompson. Fires the 3. And Tatum pulls it down. And so it's Hayward with it. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. Here's Brown. Wiggins with some nice D. This could be a turning point.
Critical possession right here.
Green, the pass to Chris. Yes!
You just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Big Greg, to me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
Thompson against Brown. Oh, wow, a huge basket to tie the game.
Well, don't you love the way Jaylen Brown is squaring up in the mid-range? This guy's getting his feet under him, his pre-shot preparation outstanding.
And big-time bucket there. They've got to play for a stop here with the 2-point lead. Most important thing, no open threes.
Back to Walker. Brown outside. Can't knock in the 3. So it's a narrow victory for the Warriors, pulling out the W. That was a fun night of basketball. All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
I can't wait to get started in the NBA 2K21 demo, get my player started, and of course, all-time Lakers versus all-time Celtics.
Just out of curiosity, Chris, who has more championship rings?
Yeah, I was going to talk about the Lakers, but then you bring up that argument, and I really don't have anything to say about it, unfortunately.
The Celtics strutting through the tunnel earlier on. The Boston faithful wait, and nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for...
Well, guys,
influential with his taste for sure, David. Thank you. Here's the starting group for Houston. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Robert Covington out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's House in at the 3. And for the Celtics, Hayward at small forward with Tatum at the 4. Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. And it's Tice in at the center position. House kicks to Westbrook. Rebound, Boston. Home court didn't seem to help any last time they met. We'll see if it makes a difference this time.
Well, they were on the wrong side of a very close matchup last time they met. But what a great game.
Here's Tatum. There should be plenty of fireworks out in the backcourt tonight in this one. Of the guards you played alongside, who is the best combination passer scorer?
Oh, man, Kev, you put me on the hot seat. That's a tough one. I just got to give everybody
you played with
a
a lot of them, though, didn't you?
I know, man. I didn't know it was going to be a test today. I got to go with my boy Rod Strickland when I played with him at the Wizards. I think he's the best finisher ever, and he led the league in assists. My boy Jay Will, shout out to White Chocolate. I mean, he is one of the most creative players I've ever played with, but he can shoot it from deep. He was a guy that liked to shoot it from Curry Land, and he could pass it. And then lastly, I'd have to, of course, go with my man Mike Bibby. Mike Bibby could do it all. So I've been blessed to play and fortunate to play with some great scorers and combination passers in this league.
3 terrific names. Walker's shot is off.
It's not easy to keep him from converting those. I mean, the D has to be airtight.
The shot by House is no good. The Celtics have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Walker goes in, and he banks in the layup.
Walker has speed to burn. A nightmare keeping him out of the paint.
The Rockets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Westbrook finds Tucker over Tice. Unable to get that one. And it's Boston the other way. Here's Tatum, and slam dunk by Tatum.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
Pass to House. Tucker with the ball. Defended by Hayward. A nice shot by Tucker.
Makes a big difference when Tucker is hitting the mid-range J. I mean, it keeps the D off balance.
Inside, here's Tice. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far. And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line. Well, you knew after the Paul George trade that the Thunder would look to sell on Westbrook as well. Just part of the rebuild at this point. His agent did well to get him to a team looking to compete. A great fit for a player in this stage of Russ's career.
Marcus Smart's checked in for Gordon Hayward. For Boston, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Tatum passes to Tice. The kick out to Tatum. From outside the arc, buries the long-range jumper. Tatum's got 5 now.
This young man has worked on his form. Tatum was a decent outside shooter in college, but lethal here as a pro.
And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. And Walker's got the ball here for the Celtics. They trail by 1. Stolen by Westbrook. It's tipped. Stolen by Walker. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
And we've just seen them make mistakes on back-to-back trips. Both those turnovers could have been avoided.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Enes Kanter's checked in for Daniel Tice. Williams comes in for Tatum. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Walker. Green. Five to shoot. Back to McLemore. Pass to Tucker. The second chance effort. Here's Green. And finally, that one's good.
And that's why you never stop working in the paint at either end of the floor.
Brown with it, and it's Harden picking him up. First quarter of play, and just over 3.5 minutes in. Here's Williams. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Yeah, there's no doubt that Houston now is championship or bust. We've seen it. I mean, they've dished out huge contracts going full win mode now. I mean, they're putting it all on the line with this team.
And he knocks down the first one. And the Rockets desperate for a return to the NBA Finals.
The team has had their chances. They just need to make the most of them. I mean, front office, they're doing what they can help to make the most of Harden's prime. I mean, you have to admire their willingness to go for it now.
Damari Carroll's checked in for Houston. Austin Rivers comes in for James Harden. There's Brown with the 3. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Oh, you love to see Brown knock down the 3 ball, showing great strides in improving his range.
Carroll passes to Green, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
To the left wing. Williams against Green. Williams kicks to Kanter. And no good, his first shot of the night, missing.
The rotation in the D could be better here. It'll cost them next time if it's not.
And finished off by Rivers.
Sometimes you forget about Rivers' athleticism. He's terrific at using it to slam it home.
Smart passes to Brown. 17 seconds left to play in the first. That shot wide open. Brown's got 6. Guys, 7 times the lead has changed hands here now.
Yeah, and that number should easily top double figures before it's over.
Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. Gets it off. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so, both teams trading buckets as we end the first quarter. Boston on top, leading by a point. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And what do you guys think about Boston here in this one?
Just stretching out the floor in that first. They had the defense scrambling.
Just wearing them out. I mean, when you space the floor like this, the defense has to run and expend energy.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. We've got Rivers. Green is out there with Damari Carroll. Then it's McLemore, and it's Clemens in at the 1 spot. Excellent D there from Williams.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
Kanter, the pass to Wanamaker. Kanter trying to free himself up, and Wanamaker gets it to go. Wanamaker's got his first basket of the night.
No issues on that one. Good work all around.
Clemens, guarded by Smart. Green dishes to Carroll. And no good. Good D by Williams. Rivers against Smart. The kick out to Williams. Hayward outside. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
You know, not necessarily what you're looking for, but still able to convert.
Rivers against Smart. This is it to Clemens. Back to Rivers. The pass to McLemore. Williams against Carroll. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. The kick out to Williams. Down low. Cantor, the pass to Wanamaker. Lets it go from 14. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Now it's a 7-point Celtic lead.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
There is the unselfishness that coaches love so much. Rivers doing a great job getting it to the open man.
Smart passes to Cantor. Here's Hayward, and it's Boston with another. When you look around the NBA, which player most emulates the style and approach that you have when you were special? So you've got to have a very special category for this one.
Well, thanks, Ken. That's flattering. I like to be in the categories with these guys because I'm such fans of them. But Blake Griffin, when I think about him, and also Joel Embiid, the fact that Embiid can shoot out on the floor, he can space up, but in the post, he likes to go to work as well. I just think he gives you such a mix of offensive moves that you can't stop. And as a defender, you're always worried and on guard and looking over your shoulder because you don't know what he's going to hit you with because he has so many options.
But in my mind, there's only one Chris Webber.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
Yeah, that's a good defender making a great play, and he does it without foul.
Outside Westbrook. No good off the back of the rim.
Come on, you got to get up on him and play some defense. They won't get away with that next time.
Walker finds Tatum. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits.
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
He's so aggressive at that end of the floor, and that's a quality all great scorers have.
Celtics leading by 5. Lets the 3 fly. That's good for his third bucket. Now 3 for 6 from the field.
The D just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
Rivers with it. He's picked up by Walker. Covington. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Kevin, the length of Covington, it makes him a difficult guy to guard. Skilled at picking up contact.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
An 80% shooter. The work he's done at the line this season, one word, solid.
Some changes for Boston. Daniel Tice is checked in for Williams. Williams comes in for Gordon Hayward. And Jaylen Brown subbed in for Marcus Smart. The Rockets also changing it up. P.J. Tucker comes in for DeMarre Carroll. And it's Harden in for Austin Rivers.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooters.
It's Harden with the drive. Here is House, guarded by Tatum. A putback, great positioning on the putback.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed in there for some reason, I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And so he hits both. We've got 28 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Brown with it. Now Covington defending. Brown against Covington. Here's Tice. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got 3 assists now in this one.
Oh, what incredible precision. Brown cutting the D to pieces with his pass.
Westbrook finds Covington. Count that one. Covington's got 4 points this quarter. Here's Walker. Brown outside. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Celtics lead by 5. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a good game we have here after one half. Boston found themselves in a close game in the first. They were able to squeeze ahead by the end of the period with just a 1-point lead. Taking a look at the Celtics, Kenny. And that'll...
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. One of the stories here, Jason Tatum getting it done today.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
Yeah, Greg, this game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
Brown and Hayward, they're the wings. Jason Tatum is out there with Daniel Tice. And it's Walker in at point guard. That's the group for Brad Stevens getting going here in the second half. Brown against Harden. House kicks to Harden. And there's the foul. Will go on P.J. Tucker. That's foul number 2 for him. Boston leading by 7. And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
So it's Boston now. Walker in the post. He's covered by Westbrook. Walker's shot is off.
And sometimes I feel like people don't truly appreciate the greatness of what James Harden does. He's one of the toughest guys to check on the fast break. He has one of the best Euro steps in the game, the best footwork in the game. He'll hit you in the head for deep. You can't check him without fouling him. The precision of his movements, the ease in which he scores. Come on, man.
Boston's gone 5 of 9 when they put up the 3-point shot tonight. And there's the foul. It will go on P.J. Tucker. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
Dang, that's his 4th foul. Now he's going to have to be careful. Still a little ways to go and only 2 fouls to spare.
Stolen by Harden.
That's going to be an easy bucket if he doesn't get his hand to that pass. Well defended.
A nice shot by Tucker. As you said, C-Webb, what Harden has been doing the last few years is truly remarkable.
Yeah, Kevin, and it was funny because when you are achieving greatness and critics try to diminish what you're doing, it's just funny to me. Harden is one of the great guards of all time, no matter how you slice it. That's the only way to hold him in check. He's got it inside. You got to have a body on him right away. It's still early, but a 1-for-4 start to the half, that's a bad sign if you ask me. If they've got a can't-miss play, now's the time to break the glass and pull it out.
Westbrook against Walker. 6 on the shot clock. That shot no good. So Houston will take it the other way. And a deep 3 from Harden. Rebound Boston.
Only 1 for 5 to start the half. I mean, whatever adjustments they made at halftime weren't the right ones.
Brown outside. Three-pointer. Boston again missing. Rockets trail by 5. Harden has a wide open look. Good on the triple. Harden's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Harden has the super green light. And with his confidence, you might be amazed, but you're rarely surprised at any shot he makes.
Hayward can't hit. For Houston, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Covington kicks to House. Here's Harden on the wing. Again, the Rockets score.
Oh, and that catch and shoot, Jay, from Harden is unblockable. Just quickly shooting off the pass.
The kick out to Brown. Walker with it, and it's Harden picking him up. Back to Walker. And the foul on Harden. That's his first foul. Fans, broadcasters love to see teams get out and attack in transition. Would you like to see the league crack down on intentional fouls that will halt that break, slow down that break, stifle that break?
No, because the home fans or the fans of the team that's fouling doesn't want that team to get out and get an easy 2 points. I mean, we still have to have defense in the game, so anything that takes away from teams scoring, you just can't say, well, we want to watch them score, don't do it. No. And very honestly, if you're an unselfish team, usually on those breaks, it's usually because a player holds the ball too right. Usually they have another open player in front of them that they can pass it up to. And if you're an unselfish team, usually you'll still give the fans what they want. And that's a crazy highlight.
And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And some changes here for the Celtics. Williams, he's checked in for Daniel Tice. And Marcus Smart is subbed in for Jaylen Brown. And a change for the Rockets. Carroll's checked in. All sorts of time. That shot misses. So Houston will take it the other way. And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Celtics making a switch here. Williams is checked in. And a switch here also for Houston. Tucker's checked in. McLemore dishes to Tucker. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And if there was ever a definition of a glue guy, Greg, it would be P.J. Tucker. He's so valuable to his team.
You know, P.J. gives you production in every way, and his impact really goes beyond the stats. All the little things that coaches want their players to do, that's really the motto of Tucker's game.
Quick fact for you guys. P.J. Tucker is the #1 sneakerhead in the NBA, and it's not even close. The man owns hundreds and hundreds of kicks. In the 2018 playoffs, P.J. wore 22 different pairs of shoes in 17 games. You expect him to make those. They've got to do more to get a hand in his face next time. That's one of the few times they'll get away with leaving him that wide open.
Smart on the wing. Back to Tatum. From deep. Here's Williams. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him.
Oh, and you can see that McLemore takes his defense very seriously, really consistent at contested shots.
That's the end of the... And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
This is the versatility you need to play in today's game. 2 guards have to be able to make plays for others.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this 4th quarter promises to be a good one. 4th quarter on the court for the Rockets. Robert Covington out there with P.J. Tucker. Then it's Harden. Then it's Ben McLemore. And it's Clemens in at point.
Well, you don't see that very often. A wide open 3 is usually like a layup for him.
Covington passes to Tucker. And the turnover again by Houston. Here's what the Houston Rockets schedule looks like. On Sunday, they'll go up against C.J. McCollum and the Portland Trail Blazers. And then on Tuesday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
And guys, this is the kind of stretch of the schedule that you dream of. Winnable games at home against opponents you know you have a talented advantage over. It would take a lot for this team to not be successful over this stretch.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. Well, sometimes it just looks unfair with the way Harden can create space. And then, Chris, you get that shot up.
His step-back jumper is a thing of beauty. I'm not talking about his almost travel double step-back, just his regular one. I mean, he has so many tools to create space with his footwork, and he makes the most out of what you give him.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Hayward comes in for Williams, and Walker subbed in for Brad Wanamaker. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Older.
Hey guys, well, I was able to listen in on what Brad Stevens was talking about with his players. And even though they're down, he was confident. He said, look guys, I've got all the confidence in the world in you. We've been down this road before. You know what we need to do. Kevin, let's see if they can overcome this deficit.
Okay, David, thanks. Stolen by Tucker. And here we go. Fast break. McLemore's got it. Covington kicks to McLemore. Off target from three-point range. And here's Hayward. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Harden inside the three-point line, and he nails that one right through the net. Harden's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
Well, Greg, this is why they go to him in these spots. I mean, they trust his judgment and ability to score down the stretch.
Count that bucket. Walker's got it all tied up now for the Celtics.
And for a guy who only stands 6'1", Walker can be a strong finisher in the painted area.
And Tatum pulls it down. For Boston, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Smart passes to Walker. To the paint. It's tipped to take the lead. Rebounded by Tucker. Tucker's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Clemens. Here's Covington. He dishes it to Tucker. Here's Clemens. His three-pointers off the mark. And taking care of the ball has been a problem for him.
That's something they've got to fix. While the defense has been good, a lot of these turnovers have been unforced.
Hayward finds Tatum. Shoots over Covington. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Pass to McLemore. There's the lob to Harden.
I mean, and these are the kinds of shots this team expects Harden to hit regularly. I mean, just such a talented offensive player.
Boston trailing. Right side to Walker. Hangs. It's rebounded by Houston.
They came close there to tying it up.
That was a really important possession, especially at this stage of the game. Painful miss.
Hayward on the wing. Left side, Williams. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
How about the confidence? It's just growing in this young man. Williams has that attitude of a go-to guy in these big moments, even though he's still picking up the nuance of the game.
Boston making a switch here. Brown's checked in. Houston's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0-4 since the start of the final quarter.
He wants the ball. They want him to have the ball. And as usual, he comes through in the clutch.
Walker against Westbrook. They kick out to Brown. Back to Walker to take the lead. The shot's good. Brown making the play. That's 10 points for Kemba Walker.
And whenever the game is on the line, Walker is a great option to go to. He just has a knack for burying big shots.
Westbrook passes to Covington. It's deflected. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. Here's Hayward. Second shot opportunity. Doesn't go for him. And it's Houston the other way. For 3, Westbrook. The offensive rebound. And Harden on the follow. And the Rockets lead by 1.
It's winning time. Harden knows his job description.
Walker the pass to Tatum. It's good!
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Yeah, he approached that one with total confidence. He has what it takes to come through in the clutch.
Whether he's attacking the basket or squaring up from long range, Westbrook is always dangerous.
The kick out to Brown. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. From the high post. Ooh, off wide. Here is House. Dishes to Harden. shot from 20 feet away. The shot, no good. And so Brad Stevens decides to call timeout. Guys, your thoughts?
Yeah, tough situation here, but they do have enough time to get a catch and shoot. It's going to have to be very quick, but they do have time.
And now let's present our Jordan player of the game, James Harden.
And the decision-making tonight has just been outstanding. If the shot hasn't been there for him, he's just kept the ball moving. And that patience is how he's got his field goal percentage to almost 60 here tonight.
And so it's a narrow victory for Houston, pulling it up. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up.
Game time, hang time. Ruben the plug in the power, ayy. Came with a charge in my alley, ooh. Charge it again like it's credit, Your team crowd need to edit, yeah. I see face, look at it, hold up. Ooh, that's dead, need a minute, need a plan to revive, let's get a shot pressing. They say what I say, they got like 20 moves and like 100 problems. I'm James with a step back, throw that shot up, I don't miss often. No look, I had to boss up, get the post up when it's
the tall buildings of downtown Boston lighting up the nighttime sky. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Morris.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. They've got Morris. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubats in at the center. And for Boston, Brown and Hayward, they're the wings. Tatum out there with Daniel Tice. And it's Walker in at the point guard position.
A big key to the Clippers' recent surge, the development of Montrezl Harrell. His activity and his ability to score have been infectious for this team. And he also can be very intimidating.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there and just gets to the rack really easy.
Left side, George. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Great anticipation. He has great hands. Kawhi gobbles up second chance opportunities.
Tatum against Morris. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And the Clippers getting Harrell in that Chris Paul deal. Turned out to be a decent trade for both teams.
You're totally right. The Rockets already had Capella. Harrell was sort of a redundant in terms of skill set. And you can only have one rim runner on the floor before you began to compromise spacing.
Well, Smitty, we know players are getting more nights off around this time of the year. How much did that occur when you were playing in the NBA?
Coaches and organizations really came up to guys when they see they were hurting. You didn't want them to play when they were injured. And then at the end of the season, Kevin, usually you looked and said, ooh, we have the number 6 seed locked up or whatever plays locked up. And then that's when you start to get nights off. I don't remember doing it during game 20 and game 30 where guys started to get nights off.
Zubats kicks to Morris. Right side, Leonard. Back to Morris. The shot misses. Now Boston takes it the other way. Last time these two teams came together was also in this building. They were able to win it for the home fans.
And really brought an impressive physicality to that matchup, drawing a ton of fouls and, of course, went on to win it.
They forced the issue and made the defense hack them to death last game. I'm sure they'll try to mirror that same attack in this one.
Here's George. Tries again. Here's Zubats. It's tipped. Brown feeling it out a bit, and Brown throws it down hard.
And they are very comfortable running their offense through Walker. And you can see why. Drops a sick dime right there. That pass was right on the money.
George double teamed. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. Boston with the ball. The Celtics have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And Walker kicks to Tice. Tatum on the wing. Covered by Morris. And there's the bucket from Tatum. Tatum's got 6 points.
And he's got such a smooth release on that jump shot. You can feel that it's just coming naturally to him.
Morris finds Leonard. They could use a bucket. That's a miss. He's made one and missed one. Looking at Los Angeles, they took the win in their last game against the Warriors in San Francisco. Outside Tatum. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. He's now 2 for 3 with that miss.
I mean, those huge hands of Kawhi Leonard give him great control of the ball. very sparing with his turnovers.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time. Tatum with another miss. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. And for Kawhi, he never seems like he's forcing the issue offensively.
I mean, he has studied the post games of Michael Jordan, and being able to score at all three levels has made the game easy. With his strength and his turnaround jumper, he can get his shot off with ease.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Cantor comes in for Daniel Tice, and Marcus Smart is subbed in for Brown. Just 4 to shoot. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Beverly. And it's 6 points for Kawhi Leonard. For Boston, they've gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Here's Walker. Here's Cantor. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
And George with this stuff.
It's amazing everything Leonard gives you, including the eyes to find the open man.
Walker the pass to Tatum. Back to Walker. Passes it to Cantor. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Cantor's got his second bucket of the night.
And we all know Walker can score, but he's also terrific at finding his teammates.
Tie game in Boston. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And the Celtics guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
Well, they use the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
You know this, the team that dictates the pace typically rules the roost. We see that here early on.
They've got Enes Kanter. Williams is out there with Tatum. Then it's Marcus Smart. And it's Wanamaker in at the point. That's the Boston 5. Leonard against Tatum. And it's Leonard missing.
This is the shot you want right at the rim. He just couldn't deliver.
And there's the bucket from Tatum.
And you love that offensive mindset from Tatum. Relentless when it comes to scoring.
Over in the corner, Green. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Leonard against Smart. Shot clock at 6. Leonard kicks to Williams. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. Robert Williams, he's checked in for Boston. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Guys, they've been getting it done.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
The pass to Tatum. Rebounded by Jackson.
Huge challenge at the rim. The defender could not have played that any better.
Here's Leonard. Missed inside. Celtics leading by 4. Shamet with the steal. Right side Jackson. And off the glass. That one's good.
Breakdown by the defense there. Jackson, a solid mid-range shooter. You like to push him out further.
Here's Smart. Buries it down low. Smart's got the lead up to 4 now for the Celtics. For Los Angeles, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Pass to Williams. Over Smart. And there's Williams. That's good on the assist by Jackson.
The playmaking of Reggie. A work in progress, but looking good right there.
And as long as Reggie Jackson is healthy, he's going to give you some punch as a lead guard. Solid scoring option and a guy who's also unselfish in terms of getting his teammates involved. And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look, but this is why we play the game.
Smart goes in. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And some of what Smart gives this team doesn't always show up in the stat sheet, but he makes plays that help you win.
Brown is checked in for Jason Tatum. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Leonard. And for the last half decade, Reggie Jackson has been good for about 15 points a game.
And that is about the consistency you can expect from Jackson. He's always been a talent. The key for him is just staying on the floor.
Smart against Williams. Smart passes to Brown. From 10 feet out, he gets it in there. Brown's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And love how assured Brown looks taking these shots. His mid-range game is on point. He's squaring up like that.
The drive by Jackson. Williams against Smart. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Back to Williams. Pass to Wanamaker. Back to Williams. No good on the shot. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
And bottom line, they found ways to score. Credit the game plan going in. It was right on the money.
They knew that the arena would be rocking. And if they could execute well on the offensive end, they knew they could quiet down this hostile crowd.
Here's Smart. Tips it. And here is Green. No points in the game yet for him. Jackson up top. Takes the 12-footer and hits.
Coming off a scoreless first quarter, he's found a little rhythm here.
To the inside. Smart. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
For a guy who's still working on his range, love to see Smart attacking on the interior.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Cantor checked in for Robert Williams. Daniel Tice comes in for Williams. And Walker subbed in for Brad Wanamaker. The Clippers also changing it up. Marcus Morris is checked in for Jermichael Green. Paul George comes in for Landry Shamet. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Lou Williams. And George gets it to go.
Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
Stolen by Jackson. Here's the break. In the air, it'll go. The Boston lead is cut down to just one on the bucket from Paul George.
Jackson, great anticipation on the steal, then quickly gets them out in transition.
And Walker kicks to Brown. The shot from the low post is good. Brown's got 6. Got it off in time. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Boston on top. They're up by 3.
Thanks, Kevin. Kawhi, you have grown so much offensively throughout your career.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed the competitive first half of action. Ernie Johnson here welcoming you back. Boston found themselves in a close game in the first. The game was always within a fairly narrow margin, with their largest deficit of the period being 6. They had a slight edge on the scoreboard. And that does it for our...
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. One of the stories here, Jason Tatum getting it done today.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Beverly in at the point guard. Shot clock at 5. And he uses the glass on the layup. Walker's got the lead up to 5 now for the Celtics. Some terrific NBA players right now out of Michigan State. Smitty, we know that's your alma mater. Which of those guys do you enjoy watching the most?
Kevin, I really enjoy watching all of them because I've got a close relationship with all our Michigan State Spartans. Gary Harris, Draymond Green, Jaren Jackson Jr., Bryn Forbes, Denzel Valentine, and the list goes on. I love because I watch them and I know they're going to come out and play extremely hard because of Tom Izzo and the Michigan State brand of basketball.
Good on the second free throw. And it's Walker with the ball, bringing it up for the Celtics. They lead by 4. Goes up at the stripe. Up again. It's good on the putback.
Smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays on the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they?
Beverly's showing he can make things happen off the bounce.
Brown with it. Leonard picks him up. And that one goes out of bounds. Touched by Zubac. Let's quickly take a look at the standings out west. The season nearly complete. You look at the Clippers. They're second in the conference and looking to finish strong heading into the playoffs.
Yeah, and I think the Clippers, they're well above the position they were expected to be in at this stage. Now the question becomes, can they keep it up in the playoffs?
Yeah, it's a whole different ball game in the postseason. And to be honest, I'm not quite sure how well suited they are for playoff basketball, but we will find out soon enough.
And a deep three from George, and he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Brown kicks to Tatum. Pass to Tice. Back to Tatum. To the middle. Tice passes to Tatum. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. These are the teams that have been really dominant in the paint so far this season. The Clippers third.
You know, it's not necessarily a glamour stat, but make no mistake, their top-notch board work has been a huge key to their success.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Robert Williams, he's checked in for Tatum. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Jaylen Brown. The Clippers also making some changes. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Zubac. Landry Shamet comes in for Leonard. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverly.
Lou Williams has been a weapon off the bench for so long, and he has won Sixth Man of the Year multiple times.
Shamet kicks to George. Offline with his three. Boston leading by 7. Here's Hayward. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Walker's got his 5th assist in this one.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
And for Lou Williams, he is just instant offense when you bring him, Smitty, into the game.
And a lot of that is just his mindset. Lou Williams, once he's checked in, he is attacking at every given opportunity. Not everyone can be successful off the bench, but Lou Williams has made a career of it.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Now, here's Shamet. Defended by Hayward, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And for a long time, JaMychal Green was mostly an energy player. But he's expanded his game lead.
Worked on developing an outside shot. He can drop a few threes from the power forward spot now, Kevin. He still has a high motor. You love the activity around the rim.
Enes Kanter's checked in for Boston. Marcus Smart comes in for Kemba Walker. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Reggie Jackson's checked in for Williams. For 3, Hayward. Kept alive by Boston. Clippers trail by 7. Left side, George. And the pass to Shamet. On the wing, Jackson. It's picked off. Here's Wanamaker, guarded by Jackson. Smart deciding where to go with it. Back to Williams. 6 to shoot. Outside, Smart. Offensive rebound, and Cantor able to finish. Cantor's got the lead up to 9 now for the Celtics.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Here's Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
That quick burst off the pick allows Jackson to separate and get the look he wants.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Hayward from outside. A new 14 for Boston. Just 5 on the clock. Beyond the arc. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Jackson finds George. And again, it's the Clippers missing. And so it's Boston heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. Right back after this break. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Very unselfish. If you appreciate teamwork, this is the kind of play that will get you up out of your seat.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. Hayward at small forward, with Tatum at the 4. Smart is out there with Jaylen Brown. And it's Cantor in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the Boston 5. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him. So Leonard will go to the free throw line. That one on Smart.
Many thought the Raptors or Lakers would land Kawhi, but in the end, he came to the Clippers to write his own legacy. Returning to Southern Cal, where he grew up, was a big part of his decision. A big surprise was how Kawhi was out recruiting other stars behind the scenes to join him with the Clippers.
On the wing, Morris, guarded by Tatum. From 11 feet away, Beverly. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Brown drives in. It's hauled in by Zubats. Clippers trail by 4. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. That one falls.
You see the power right there from Kawhi.
And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys. Well, I was able to listen in on what Brad Stevens was talking about with his players. This is a close game, as you know, and he sounded extremely confident. He told the players, don't let up now, fellas. This is when we make our move. Right now. Kevin?
Shot clock at 6. Back to Beverly. Over in the corner, Williams. Drops in the tray.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Out to the wing. Walker against Beverly. Walker surveying the floor. Boston again missing.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And so Brown will bring it up for Boston. Stolen by Beverly. Here's Williams. And Tatum pulls it down. Tatum's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Brown with it. Leonard picks him up. The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
That's good. And with Brown, it doesn't matter what point in the game it's at. He's ready to shoot whenever and wherever he has the ball in a good spot.
George is checked in for Williams.
At the line with 1 shot.
That free throw good from Brown.
Tight ball game. Who do you want at the charity stripe? This guy.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the 4th. Here's George. And Tatum pulls it down. Tatum's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Down low. The shot's good. Brown making the play. 12 points for Jason Tatum.
And Tatum's experience in these spots is starting to show. He's never been afraid to take the biggest shots.
Beverly, the pass to Leonard. It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
Crucial points. Kawhi stepping up to the plate when his team needs him the most.
Tice. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Great defensive effort. Just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen.
And it's Walker penetrating. Tatum wide open. He fires one. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
And really an advanced feel for scoring the basketball. Tatum picks and chooses his shots nicely.
That one's in there. The Boston lead is cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Beverly.
Patrick Beverly plays with a scorer's mentality. Takes the opportunity to step up.
Brown. Another shot. It's hauled in by George. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. Here's Leonard. Open and close and nails it. Leonard's got 10 points in the quarter.
I mean, unbelievable. It's one thing to be talented, but Kawhi is clutch as well.
One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
They double team Walker, and we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
Jump ball.
And the Clippers have possession. The Clippers have gotten more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the 4th quarter. They're 7 of 12. Leonard attacking. Good!
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
Out to Hayward. Leonard with the steal. And now the fast break. George with the ball. He feeds it to Morris. It's good!
And that's a clutch bucket by Morris, showing the team they can count on him down the stretch.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Shot to stop the run. They tee that time from Leonard. George way outside. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. And it's an 8-point Clipper lead.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
They're playing well. They're building momentum. This is how they can turn a small lead into a big one.
Tatum's shot is off. And so Los Angeles takes the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time. David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Steve Smith.
We've been talking so much NBA 2K21, but we wanted to stop and take a moment to thank you guys for tuning in and joining us for 45 episodes in NBA 2K20.
We've had so much fun connecting with you all over this past season.
So as we put NBA 2K20 to a close, we take a look back at our favorite moments on NBA 2K TV. Check it out.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
And right.
Well, the weekend has officially begun. And a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for Wiggins.
It's been surprising to me to see him take a little bit of a tumble lately in terms of what he's doing for them offensively. The points just haven't been there for him like they were a few months back. The defenses he's facing have adjusted to him, and he hasn't been able to make his own adjustment.
Now Golden State's starting five. Curry and Clay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Green is out there with Chris, and it's Wiggins in at the three, the small forward. And for the Celtics, Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. Hayward at small forward with Tatum at the four. And it's Tice in at the five. Chris pass to Green. Outside for Curry. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Shoots over Walker. And that one hits back iron. Greg, this season is the first time in the last 4 or 5 years that Golden State will not be the prohibitive favorites to win it all.
I mean, back-to-back devastating injuries in the finals. Kevin Durant departing in free agency with time and health. Will they retake the throne? We'll just have to wait and see.
Well, if you play that far off of Steph Curry, that pull-up game starts to become a weapon.
Walker looking for an opening. A three-pointer, no good. The Warriors have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Pass to Curry. From 18 feet away. And it's good off the back rim and in.
Well, it's amazing that Steph can shoot where he shoots from, and the ball still looks like it's a soft finish around the rim.
And there's the call on Curry. That is his first foul of the game. Thompson comes with the double team. The three from Tatum. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
And the shot is good. Chris has got his second basket of the game.
Shooting 4 or 5 to start the game. That's got to be a feel good.
Brown dishes to Walker. Fires for 3. That one misses. Great D that time from Curry.
Maybe a time to rest him right now. Just give him a bit of a breather. Try to help him get back on track.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Now, here's Walker. 11 points for him in that last game against Milwaukee. From deep three-point range. No good that time. The Warriors go the other way with it, coming off that loss against the Nets.
Well, you have to give credit to Kemba Walker, who has always found ways to improve his game year after year. Has worked on that shot and tool set enough where he can now be a handful to defend for any guard.
The shot by Curry, no good. Celtics trail by 5. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And the foul on Andrew Wiggins. That's his first foul.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Marcus Smart's checked in for Boston. And so it's Boston with it. Outside Tatum. Down to 5 on the shot clock. A putback. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Craig, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Pascal, the pass to Curry. And it's blocked. And that'll be Golden State as it goes out of bounds. Warriors retain possession. And some changes here for the Celtics. Cantor comes in for Gordon Hayward. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Jaylen Brown. And it's blocked. Tatum deciding where to go with it. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2. And with Walker, as he has progressed as a player, Greg so has his leadership.
And Kemba has been a natural leader for so long during his time. When your leader puts in the work that Kemba does, it has to inspire the rest of that roster.
The Warriors have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Wiggins left side. Lets it go with the 3. And he's good on the 3 ball.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Here's Wanamaker. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. The 3 from Tatum. Offensive rebound, Celtics. Now, here's Tice. He's guarded closely. Up top, Tatum. Launches it, and there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Boston making a switch here. Williams is checked in. The Warriors leading. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
And he makes both free throws. And Boston has possession. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
So much talent on this one.
The way I judge, whether we can.
Greg, defense is Draymond's specialty, no question about it.
And it all starts on that end. The Warriors feel like if they take care of business at that end, the offense will take care of itself.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. What do you guys think about the Warriors here so far?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
I couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court for the Celtics, Enes Kanter is out there with Williams. Then it's Marcus Smart. Then it's Williams. And it's Wanamaker in at the 1 spot. Williams with the steal. Williams passes to Smart. The Celtics working the ball around now. Brown feeling out a bit. Shot left block. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Last meeting was in Boston, where they were unable to fight off the Celtics.
And it's going to come down to effort tonight. Last time they met each other, they were demolished on the boards, and that rebounding difference led to a sizable loss.
Well, let's see if the lesson was learned from that loss. If they come out with the same type of effort, they can expect a similar result here.
And the Celtics rebounding well this summer. From the loss of Kyrie Irving and Al Horford, Kemba Walker possibly a better fit for this team.
And with their young core, understandable that they didn't want to extend Horford out to age 37. A revamped roster, but I think they remain a contender in the East.
Such a wide open look. Brown's got his first bucket of the night.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
And the basket by Curry.
Sometimes it's fun to watch Steph adjust the arc of his shot depending on where the defender is and the big rainbow J's that fall through the net. That's a nice one there.
To the paint. Outside, Smart. There's Brown with the three. Offensive rebound. And Williams is right there.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range. Back to Looney. Lays it up off the glass.
Steph out there singing a lullaby to the defense, gets them to sleep, and then sets up the teammate nicely.
Williams finds Brown. That doesn't go either for Brown. Warriors leading by 4. Thompson for 3. And another 3 for Golden State.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Pass to Wanamaker. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played, and he makes that one. Golden State's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Outside Curry. Player development, not just a coach's job, Brent, something you're active in right now. And, you know, there are some players who are playing Curry, who are terrific mentors and teachers on teams.
There's no doubt about it that there are guys I think about first what Vince Carter has provided to the teams. He's been around in the past couple seasons. Zach Randolph, to some degree, was doing that as he moved from Memphis to Sacramento. But there are guys who are still players and that are on the floor contributing and doing big things like Chris Paul and Mike Conley that are such huge attributes to an organization when they start to introduce the changeover in their roster or the next phase of their team. You got to give a lot of kudos and appreciate the fact that players who've been that great for that long accept and willingly accept, Kevin, the role of teaching young guys and paying it forward.
And role players that have been like Calderon and Haslam, who have not been stars, but have been important parts of their organization.
Also, tremendous examples of what it means to be a professional day in and day out. If your responsibilities aren't as great as the top 4 or 5 players, there's still things you can do to make your team better on a daily basis. Those are 2 great games, Jeff.
And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Enes Kanter's checked in for Boston. Jason Tatum comes in for Williams. Baseline try. That's good, and the Warrior lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Tatum.
And really an advanced feel for scoring the basketball. Tatum picks and chooses his shots nicely.
He's too good a finisher to blow that kind of chance, but that's going to be a wake-up call to the defense.
Over to the wing. There's Walker with the 3. Basket made, just his second this contest. He's 2 for 7 now.
A young guy with maturity, awareness, and a feel for the game. Tatum is special.
And it's Brown that time on the assist from Enes Kanter. Brown's got 4 points now in the quarter. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
I'll tell you what, they're really fortunate there. Those long bomb passes usually spell disaster, but they get away with one there.
Here's Pascal. Defended by Hayward. Right side Tatum. Makes it off the glass. Tatum's got the lead up to 3 now for Boston.
Like the execution there from Kanter. Usually likes to score, this time with the pass.
Will it go? So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even bet.
Thanks.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is to Boston found themselves in a close game in the first. They never dug too deep a hole for themselves. And
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Curry has been sensational.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. Curry and Clay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Draymond Green is out there with Wiggins, and it's Chris in its center.
And there's no excuse for allowing Brown to get that deep. He's just brilliant at jamming it down the defense's throat. He just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. The kick out to Tatum. Takes a three. They get it back. Tice. Hayward passes to Tatum. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Yeah, nice job by Tatum inside. Very assertive. He's fantastic at putting the pressure on the D and consistently getting to the line.
Guys, you talk about players coming in and with a huge impact. Jason Tatum showed he was more than ready to be an NBA star.
Rare do you see a player as polished and as impactful as Tatum. Stepped right in to be one of the top players on a top team with Boston. Fits their system perfectly and really the sky is the limit for that young man.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, over the last few years, there's been a lot of talk about seeding playoff teams 1 through 16, regardless of conference. Now, taking the top 16 teams is a tough sell, especially for owners whose teams are in the relatively weaker Eastern Conference. But taking 8 teams from each conference and then cross-seeding earlier than the finals is something that does seem possible down the road. The reward for fans might be a finals matchup with the 2 best teams in the league. Kevin?
Interesting ideas, David. Thank you. Here's Tice. A beautiful reverse layup. Tice has got 4 this quarter.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
And stolen by Tatum. Brown drives in. Here's Hayward. Double clutches. Green with the block.
I like the extension there from Draymond Green, reaching out and timing that one.
Some changes for Boston. Marcus Smart's checked in for Brown, and Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Walker. Tatum with it. He's got 10. Clock at 6. Pulls it from the elbow. Here's Hayward. Smart kicks to Tatum. Tice. Another miss. Boy, they had their chance there, but couldn't get it to go. Thompson passes to Wiggins. Out to Thompson. Now here's Curry. Lets it go from deep. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
Shifty, elusive offensively. Tatum's scoring potential is through the roof.
The drive by Green and stolen by Tatum. And they're pushing it up. No good with the layup.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
Pascal, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
Wow, what a setup there. Green plays with great speed and plays with great pace, and that's a nice field play.
Out to the right wing. Nice ball movement by Boston. Tatum drives in. And it's good for 2. Tatum's got 14 points for the game.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, and the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
Outside for Curry. The pass to Pascal. And Tatum pulls it down. Celtics leading by 4. Outside, Smart knocks down the 3 ball. He has 7.
And of course, this is Smart's biggest hurdle. Sometimes he looks great shooting the three. Sometimes, though, it's just the opposite. And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
The kick out to Tatum. 27 seconds left to play in the third. Basket made. That gives him 7 field goals in 13 tries.
You got to close off the lane to the basket. Tatum is just so good at creating angles to attack.
The 11-footer. It's rebounded by Golden State. Green's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Thompson for the triple. Sinks the triple.
It just feels like Klay Thompson, every shot that he shoots, he's got great balance. That one looked good.
And so it's the Boston Celtics with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, Greg, is peripheral vision.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Brown is the 2 with Tatum at the 3. Enes Kanter is out there with Williams, and it's Walker in at the point. That's who's in the game for the Celtics.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
He's covered by Brown. A baseline J. Rebound by Williams. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for Boston. Here's Tatum. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Tatum's got the lead up to 10 now for the Celtics.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Marquise Chris getting more and more used to using his body on the inside and dealing with the contact. Well, a big fella with the ability and confidence at the free throw line is something that every team wants. Don't have to make those late substitutions. Keep your big guys on the floor.
And Kanter throws it down.
Well, the size, length, and power of Kanter on full display that time.
Inside. It's hauled in by Brown. Brown's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
You know, officials try to be as objective as possible, Brent. It does sometimes feel like we get superstar calls, correct?
I think there's absolutely superstar calls, Kevin. And, you know, the purist in me wants the referees to keep it fair, but understanding that the game is entertainment and understanding what it takes to be that level of player, every now and then seeing a guy like James Harden getting a few more free throws or watching Giannis find his way to the line a few more times, I shrug my shoulders and I say, yeah, I actually kind of get it.
Yeah, good examples.
You know, when Williams gets positioned inside, he just looks to dominate physically, and then he shows you the skill set on top of it.
Chris in the post. He's covered by Kanter. Excellent D there from Williams. It's Brown with the drive. Kanter dishes to Tatum. Sinks the three-pointer. Tatum's got 17 points here in the second half.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Back to Chris. He's covered by Brown. Uncovered. Chris gets the bucket.
Marquise Chris is becoming a better scorer, more familiar with those areas on the floor. That time catch and shoot.
Wiggins against Brown, and the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Gordon Hayward's checked in for Robert Williams. The Warriors also with a sub. Curry's checked in. No good on the quick 3. Boston leading by 13. Here's Hayward. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got his 5th assist in this one.
And the skills of Brown, not just a super athlete, but a tremendous floor general as well.
Here are the Celtics with the ball. They're on a 15-6 run. And the dunk by Brown.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
Tatum wide open. He fires one. That 3 off the mark. Warriors trail by 17. Here's Wiggins. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to go on Gordon Hayward. The first one falls. And a new group in for the Celtics. Williams, he's checked in for Tatum. Shemi Ojeleye comes in for Gordon Hayward. Green, he's checked in for Brown. And it's Edwards in for Walker. Here's Ojeleye. Here's Cantor. Edwards passes to Ojeleye. Feeds it to Cantor. Boston needs to get off a shot. Williams with a clean look. Wiggins with the rebound. Golden State's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Celtics.
This is a game where the defense, steals specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created possessions for them, scoring opportunities, and that effort a big part of what will be a nice victory here tonight.
And this will now push it to a total of 44 games in the win column on the season.
They were really smart in the use of that game plan tonight. Used it in their first 2 games against this team, which equaled to 2 wins.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Jason Tatum.
Just active on defense, little things like clawing and scrapping and tipping passes and contesting shots. Came up with a lot of steals.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
Looney with the bucket. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, shot A comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operation.
Green dishes to Cantor. From 10 feet out, again, the Celtics good for 2.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on, and that can always help. That home advantage of home fans getting you going fully.
And so it's Boston E's